Well, I was BSing since I was a little kid. When I was a very little kid, I did a lot of BSing at home. And it got me through a lot of stuff till I got caught. And then I'd have to up my game to be a big BSer, which has followed me around for a long time. But in all fairness, I never thought of myself as a storyteller. I thought of myself as an individual who was struggling along, trying to make my way in the world. And it wasn't really until by accident from graduate school that I went to Columbia Pictures. And I didn't know anything about the movies, and suddenly I was in the center of the movie universe in the late 60s, and they were making movies, and everybody was talking about movies. So suddenly I was a storyteller wannabe, and I spent the next many decades changing a wannabe to gonna be to be. I consider myself a teller of purposeful stories. It's a technique, it's a talent, it's a craft that I use to shape my life and my destiny in order to win. When you determine that you're going to tell a purposeful story, there are three components. There's the tell, which is about 75% of the whole thing. There's purposeful, that means you have a goal, a reason, a purpose for telling the story. You want somebody to do something, feel something, think something, act, or whatever. And then there's the story, which is the narrative. That is the Trojan horse that you embed the information, data, and facts that is proof of process of what you want them to do inside of. The whole concept is designed to get people to work together. It's a social cohesion concept. It's to get you to work with me to get something done potentially for us or for you or for me. So the idea is it's a tool of life. It happens to be that business is a life science. It's about getting people to interface themselves entrepreneurially or executively. There is a conceit that somehow storytelling or telling purposeful story is alien to my experience, and it's not part of me. It's something that has to be bolted onto me. That's not the truth. Everybody is a teller of stories. Everybody. If our species wasn't a teller of stories, we would have gone extinct. Because that's the method for the first 100,000 years we're on the planet that held us together, that bound us together. The way we created our ability to have social cohesion. Long before Facebook, long before Twitter and LinkedIn and MySpace, there was social networks. They were called tribes. They worked together. They told stories around a campfire. They didn't have digital O's and ones. They just had oohs and ahs. And they used them to pass along the rules, beliefs of the tribe, to be able to use the tactics and strategies so they could outrun a lion, outfight a rhinoceros, outbeat an elephant. Otherwise, they'd have been eaten. And that's the way it works. Those narratives were our evolutionary advantage, and they turned us from the bottom of the food chain to the top of the food chain, from prey to predator. So it is part of our evolutionary tools and our evolutionary advantage, and it's inside all of us. We're designed that way.